You want to take this to about 7 o'clock again?
I'm gonna try
Or 8
to.
o'clock?
It should be started.
Alrighty.
Okay. It's not gonna let me play the intro. So I guess we're not playing the intro today, guys.
Cool.
So, if you can see, we're here for episode 6 of the podcast. I got Charlie Erden with me. Weston Grant should be hopping in here shortly. Mike Senior should be here at some point. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think he said he was gonna be here, but I don't know. Hopefully
Okay.
he comes. But
We'll see.
right now you guys have Dash and I. So Dash, what's been going on with you? It's been quite an off season, to say
Yes,
the
it
least.
has. It has. Real. I mean, real life's been treating me pretty good. Just got done with my J term for college. I got a week off. This is our week off,
Hmm.
and then classes start back up on Monday. So, um, but other than that, it's been really good off season for D4C racing. I think it's been a really good off season for the league too. Got a lot of things done. I feel we've moved forward, um, like a lot with like per like like progression with the league and doing things the right way, the way that other bigger leagues like don't do things the right way. I think we've kind of taken a turn, um, and kind of gone a different way and listen to our drivers more. Um, you know, some things are not always going to be um, like how the drivers would like them. That's how it is in real life too. But a lot of things um, that we've tried to do benefit our drivers the most, and what benefits the drivers benefits the league because we're also drivers too. So
Absolutely, I couldn't have said that any better myself. Um, in the admins, they try and try and try to do the best that we can possibly do for all of our drivers week in and week out. Jarrett Reese, buddy, how you doing? See you comment in the chat watching us. Um, we do we do try to do the best that we can do for everybody, and it's the uh the league's a lot. I mean, we run almost every single night of the week with
yeah,
something. So I know I definitely enjoyed my off season. Fatal made some big moves in the off season, as well as D4C did. We went over that in the last podcast. What's going on with that? We do have some more role changes to go over. This meeting was supposed to happen about 2 weeks ago that didn't fruition because of schedules and everyone just had doing their own thing, trying to get everything done before we start back up here next week with the Doles and the Clash.
absolutely.
Tuesday and Wednesday night, two of the biggest events of the year for us right off the bat. Also, we got some other big events coming this year that haven't been announced yet that I've decided that the league is going to run with. So it's going to be a great time, I think. Um,
Yeah,
the uh, biggest rule change this season is that if you guys have noticed, if you guys look at the rosters, that Cup. There's Grant. There's that beautiful face. Uh, oh, there. Now you can hear us.
there he is. Hey Grant.
Yep. Hi guys.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much.
Cool.
Well, we're hopping into it already. We're going into rule changes right off the bat. The biggest thing is that um, the admins have decided that we are allowing drivers to run up to 2 series 4 points because of the amount. There's like 20 some drivers in the Cup Series, and then there's 11 in Busch and 7 in Truck. So we are allowing drivers to pick up to a second series with admin approval, obviously.
Mhm.
And most of the time, it's just going to get pushed through anyway. It's whatever. And then um, with the ish, and then some drivers have brought to the attention that they would like to run all 3 series. They're going to be running all 3 series anyway, due to reserves and hot seats. They want to run for points. I'm pushing that as it's has to be put through the admins. If you have majority vote of admins, then you're good for it. Um, I haven't completely decided who the admins are voting on that. I know it's gonna be the NASCAR admins because that's the biggest thing. Um, so and as we went over in the last meeting, there was only we've for the NASCAR side of things, we're only having 2 VPs, which is Grant and Mike Senior, because there's
Mhm.
4 series, so there's no need to have an VP for every series. so we don't have too many chiefs in the kitchen or too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to help it out that way and keep everybody calm down for that. So, with that being said, there's that going on. If I missed anything so far, did I miss anything with that statement, Grant?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, with that also being said, um, it was brought up the thing about you're only allowed to run for one team. Um, the clause to that, if you're going to run a separate series and then your team is already full, you can be contracted out to one of your alliance teams. So the admins just need to know who your alliance teams are, like D4C. Um, night night isn't it's night racing or is it night motorsport?
Racing.
Night racing. So night racing is an alliance of D4C, just like AMR, the newly formed AMR. I don't know if you guys heard about that yet, but with Keith and Will coming together,
yes.
they formed AMR.
Yep.
So which is a cool thing for them.
Yeah.
And Nat 20 put in that he's so down for Bush along with Cup. So definitely reach out to the admins between tonight or from now until we start the season up 2 weeks from now when the first official race for the year is up for all the series. With that being
I
said,
should say,
entry.
yeah, Jade, I would cap it out 24 hours before green flag of primary series.
All right, there you
Is
go.
what I would cap it.
There you go.
So
24
you've got
hours.
about 2 weeks.
All right, there you go. So big things coming with that. Entry series. We got 16 on the list, guys. 16 was.
I still have guys message me back from about 2-3 weeks ago. I still got guys message me back. So when people move up, could be more.
Yeah, so I know Dash and I talked about drivers that we could potentially be moving up at the end of um, the first 4 weeks because we'll hit most of the track types by then. And that'll allow guys that we feel that should be moved up so they're not there running the table every single week on the rest of the entry guys so that we just don't have a big gap in skill and we can put them in truck or bush to kind of help those numbers out as well to kind of make everything rise up. So that's the cool thing. That's something else Dash and I talked about that we're going to be putting through. Because I know there's a lot of guys coming in to the entry series this year that have talent that I've raced in with other leagues, have battled against, raced against, and that's the other cool thing is in the off season I got to go out and go race some other leagues, see what they do, see some good things, some bad things. So it's been a blessing, knocking the rust off. I'll be knocking the rust off later tonight. We'll have the Xfinity cars at Bristol in the Pass League that Mike helps run with Mike Pankowitz. So I'll be running over there tonight with Keith and Will. And I think Kevin, I don't know if Ranger's racing or not, but I think Kev's racing tonight too. So it'll be a good time. Knock some more rust off. Then later I know that I'm going to be streaming some ATS, some American Truck Simulator with Will and Keith. So stay tuned for that in the debacles of whatever it comes of that. So it'd be a good time. It'd be a good time. So what's been going on with you guys besides off season stuff?
That's about it. Just off season stuff. Went and made some quick money early this morning, about 2 o'clock, and then slept. So
I have a lot of comments, but I'm gonna keep them to myself.
yeah, Jade, I can already hear them.
Wow, just Keith and Will. Let's see. Kevin, I don't know what that comment's supposed to mean. But Dash, anything that's going on with you?
Well, just finished my first semester of college last year, and just got done with my J-term class. It was sports business, and got a 90 in it. so passed
Okay,
it.
there you go. Good
But
stuff.
yeah, we got track and stuff as well for Loris. Just went to Chicago, watched Talladega Nights on the way back on the bus. Passed the time very well. 3.5 hours with Talladega Nights. It's a pretty decent movie. So, um, but I loved it. It was hilarious. There was like 40 people on the bus that hadn't seen it. I was like super surprised, but the whole bus was laughing their ass off. So very very fun. But yeah, I'm just having a good time in college. Other than that,
That's good.
classes start back up on Monday. So yeah.
Good to hear that, buddy. Kevin, I literally put out in Discord 20 minutes, like 20 to 7, that if anyone wants to be in the call, they're more than welcome to. Then the links in the admin chat. So if you would just go open up Messenger, you can see that. They're a buddy old pal of mine. But we're gonna hop into the old schedule here.
I'll pull it up for you.
Okay. I'm gonna pull it up here.
Share here.
Dash.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, we can see that, Dash.
Sweet.
Okay. So, as you guys can see, the Clash is at Richmond on next Tuesday night. So, we're gonna start that at 8:30 Eastern, followed by the duels on Wednesday night. Fatal Motorsports is sponsoring the duels, so I will be putting up a $25 gift card for each duel winner, paid to you the following Friday. Then we kick off our season at Daytona, as you guys can see, on the 8th of February. Then we hit Texas. We do the full West Coast swing. Daytona or Texas, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Auto Club, Sonoma. Then we hit up to the New England area to cross country to go up to New Hampshire, then hit Pocono, Michigan, Chicagoland. Then we hit Indy, Martinsville, Gateway, Atlanta, Charlotte, Roval, Homestead, Miami, Richmond, Kansas, Bristol, and then Charlotte for the Coke 600.
It's gonna be a long race.
Yes, it's going to be a long race, but that is full distance, double points. So
only one of the season. So
only one of the season. We're only having one of that. Then our playoffs will run as in seasons past. We are doing one with the most points at the end. We did change it up a little bit this year.
yes, yes, we did.
So, we are hitting up Dover, Darlington, Watkins Glen, Talladega, Iowa, the Indy Roval, Kentucky, and Las Vegas. When the admins were talking about making the schedule, the biggest thing that we said that we didn't want like a one groove track for the championship. And we all kind of agreed on Las Vegas. Las Vegas, you can pass on the outside. There's like 3 lanes in 1 and 2. It's very doable.
Yeah.
And Las Vegas has produced some of the best racing, as long with Kansas. So Las Vegas is good for the playoffs. Kentucky is a track that hasn't got a whole bunch of love.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah, there's 2 lanes there for sure.
Yep. Then the Indy Roval. Dash was not a fan of the Indy Roval.
I'm not either.
I fought tooth and nail to put Indy Roval in the playoffs.
I like that track, that's for sure.
Then Iowa's you can run the outside, you can run the inside. I got some practice at Iowa a few weeks ago. I was running a Friday night league. Iowa's a fun track.
I like that track too. I mean, it's home track, so
yeah,
gotta do well at it, you know.
Yeah. Then Conky, the reason why we didn't do Homestead is because coming out of turn 2 and 4, it's real easy for cars to get loose, and plus there's those glitches to where if you kind of get too low, it'll there's a huge bump that'll just totally mess up the car. We had a lot of people complaining about it last season, so that's why we changed it to Vegas.
Yeah, and we I mean, but besides people complaining about it and things, which is completely warranted. I mean, I was complaining about it. But besides that, we also feel like we just needed to switch it up. It feels like Homestead's, the championship race every single year, and it really doesn't. You prepare for the same track every single time, and it's like, oh, here we go. This is the
You still there, Dash? I think we lost Dash, Grant.
Oh no, I hear him just fine.
Oh, I
just
lost him then.
oh, just gotta get something fresh in there, new fresh face. A lot of fresh faces in the playoffs too. With the way we did this, and besides that too, the schedules are all they run together. We go to just the same tracks just about every single week in all 4 series for NASCAR. And then going along with that, like the only tracks that are changed really are the road courses. You don't want to be going to some of the road courses in different series. I mean, the cars just handle different, and it's not really meant for there. But other than that, we got Talladega above that.
Yep.
Talladega in the playoffs got some backlash for it, but
yep,
you have a whole month of races after it to make it up. Especially with a specialty track like the Indy Roval. A lot of guys are gonna be good there. A lot of guys aren't. So in Talladega, I mean, I don't like super speedway racing, but Talladega is pretty easy. It's a pretty easy track. And I feel
it's
like
definitely the better out of the two.
Absolutely, 100%. It's just so much wider, and it's a lot smoother too. Daytona is just really narrow. I mean, you can run 3 wide, but it's extremely risky, and then you can probably get some contact and maybe a wreck. But yeah, I mean, Talladega is something that maybe a lot of guys didn't want to see, but you also don't want Daytona in the playoffs. So you got to have something better, and Talladega is the only other option.
Yeah, Conky, that was exactly what we're trying to go for. Is diversify the playoffs, not make it just a cookie cutter every week.
Yeah, and with the way we wanted the playoffs to really like set up, looking at it now, really don't have that other big track in there. But we really, I mean, we maybe could have taken out like a mile and a half, but the mile and a half's kind of are what NASCAR is right now. So, it's kind of like the not, and they're all 3 different. They're not cookie cutter tracks, all 3 of them. They all have different bankings and different racing styles. Darlington is a 1-lane track. Kentucky's a 2-lane, and Las Vegas, you run it right, it's a 3-lane. So you have a lot of diversity there with those 3 mile and a halves too.
Yeah, and then we slot up to Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen's been a staple of the playoffs since the WRL started.
Yep.
So it just has to be there. Darlington, it's a tough track, and if you want to win a championship, I mean, every year we pride ourselves on our level of competition that the WRL puts out, and Darlington's a tough track, and if you want to win, you got to do well all throughout the playoffs. And
yeah, we've definitely seen quite a bit of good racing there at Darlington. Even a couple of seasons ago when Fired Up first joined in the league, there was literally came down to a race win at Darlington for the championship that year.
Every championship in NASCAR since the WRL since I took over the WRL has come down to the winner being decided by the champion, or the champion being decided by being the race winner. So that's
exception of trucks this season.
Yes.
Yes. Exception of trucks this season. Yes, that was the only one that hasn't. The championship wasn't decided by winning the race. So that was just phenomenal. See,
I think Dover's a really good opener. that's what we really wanted to go for. A lot of people like Dover. A lot of people
Yeah.
really like that track. It's not necessarily like a 2-lane track. You can run the outside for sure. Like you can't like rim ride, but you can dive it in there, let it coast up, and get back off just fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily like a multi-groove track, but the multi-groove racing in the game makes it so you can run different lines.
Yes.
Obviously, like I like to just rim ride the bottom like I'm on rails, like on a train,
Mm-hmm.
and just try and go about it that way. It's pretty fast, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of guys find success by doing other lines, i.e., Marty
Mm-hmm.
there, or like Warpig, two guys that I know that are good there that know how to run different lines and succeed that way. But I just a lot of people like that track. I think Casey Joe liked that track a lot. He
Mm-hmm.
won there when he first joined, and he did really well there this past season as well when he was in Xfinity. So
Yeah, see, and even looking back on it last season, a lot of people, it was either the bottom line or it was like that middle groove.
mhm,
Those were the two spots everyone was going to. So,
yeah, I think it offers a lot of strategy too with that middle
Mm-hmm.
line. Uh, you can take a lot off of your time by running the middle line, but you can also save everything tremendously by running there. And it's pretty helpful in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. The schedule is pretty concreted. I think there is 1 week we might give one off week in the playoffs due to a lot of admins not being here that week. So, in so we might be giving off 1 week in the playoffs. Unsure of that quite yet, based on um, scheduling, and that will be announced as the season progresses. Um, All-Star race is at Gateway this year. And this is the first All-Star race we've had,
Yes.
so
mhm.
that's a big deal. Both
And with that, all the other series will have off that week.
Yes, that'll be an off week. It is a non-paying race. It's a non-points race. It's an exhibition race.
Yep.
We have not decided on the on how everything's going to work with that. I know the two stipulations that we are going with. We are capping the field at 20 cars in the two prerequisites to get in. One is you have to be an existing champion of, or not existing, a previous champion of a NASCAR series, and then you're eligible to get in. That's how you're. That's way number one. So that would be Dash, Jarrett Reese, myself,
Marty.
Marty, and Kyle McFarland. Those would be the five that are guaranteed in. The second one, I think what we're gonna go with is race winner of the current Cup season. And then I don't know if we're gonna have an All-Star Open or not. I think it'd be pretty cool if we could have an All-Star Open the night before.
Yes, Conky. Any series is eligible to run in the open to try to get in.
Well, Conky's the entry series champion, so he would be eligible to run the All Star race too. So there's
Yep.
6.
So there you go. And you're not talking about just drivers championships, right? You're talking about owners as well.
No, just driver champions.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's 6 to get in for that. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. That we're doing an All Star race this year. I know that I'll probably end up putting something up for the winner, and I know probably Steve Rogers, he might put something up. I don't know yet. Haven't talked to him quite yet. So, but speaking of Steve Rogers, he has come back. He will renew another NASCAR season with us for to sponsor the league this year. So great news on that end. Um, that was a quick 30-second conversation with him.
I
Um,
think I was there for that one actually. I think I remember that one.
yeah, it was like I said like, hey Steve, you still planning on sponsoring the league? He goes, oh yeah, sure. I'm like, oh, perfect, done.
Fastest meeting I was ever part of.
It was quick, man. Conky, I'm gonna be sending your diecast up this week. I haven't forgot about it. Just with I was off for Christmas and with work and everything, so I will be sending up this week. Hopefully, I don't get killed in shipping. So sending up to Canada. So Dash,
Well,
if
let's
you
see. Jade, from me to Ontario with FedEx with like 3 day, I believe it was like 50 something dollars.
yeah, I was expecting like $200, so I guess that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be that much for you.
So Dash, if you can slide over to the um bush.
Yeah, I got you. 1 second.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So I believe everything is the same for bush.
I think there were an exception of like 1 or 2 road courses.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the road
Yeah.
courses. Give me a second here.
Should be good.
Charlotte Roval's the same. Watkins Glen is the same. Indy Roval's the same.
I think it's all the same.
Yeah, I think Bush is all the same.
It's just the Clash, the duels, and the All-Star race.
Yep. So then trucks, that's where we differ. So instead of running Charlotte for full distance double points, we are running Eldora.
You see down here, guys.
Yep, it's the last race of the regular season. It is also, and then instead of the Indy Roval, it is running Canadian Tire in the playoffs. Then entry lined completely up with the truck schedule. So it is based off of the truck schedule, all the same races, and you can also see that you can see what cars you will be in for that certain race. So where the trucks, the Bush, or the Cup cars, and it just goes in rotating order the whole way down. And when we were making this schedule, it somehow lined up perfectly. I don't know how we did that, but we did that. So,
And just heads up, everyone, there will be one road course for each series and entry.
so we'll be hitting
Somehow
all of
that
those.
worked out too.
Yeah, it just it was like perfect. So,
Typo on Martinsville. In which one, Conky?
probably all of them. Yeah.
Martinsville.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Martinsville, baby.
Martinsville. All right, well, we can fix that later.
I gotta fix it right now.
All right, well, Dash is gonna fix it right now then. So the other big announcement, we are bringing back the playoff point for the stage win for the 2 stages. Road courses will not have stages. It'll be a 50% the whole way through single stage race. So we will only be paying out points at the end for a road course win. So in theory, they are worth. The winner will get. You can get up to 43 points plus your 5 playoff points for winning the race. As to opposed is you could win up to 63 for a regular race plus your 7 playoff points. So, but other than that, it's all staying relatively the same on that aspect because because you run into like Road America where you get where the middle stage is like 4 laps. Like we just don't need that. So we just won't run stages and we'll go from there on that. Anything else I'm missing, guys?
I don't believe so.
No.
Oh, we gotta Oh, for Cup. Oh shoot.
What?
Well, take a look at the F1 schedule. Why don't you? So for the Clash, uh, the finishers from that will is it odds go to duel 1, evens go to duel 2?
Yes.
Okay, so odds will go to the first duel on the next night, and evens will go to the second duel on this they're on the same night. Um, and then the finishers from those two duels will set the inside and outside row. I believe it's the first duel set the inside, and the second duel sets the outside row.
Yes.
Okay, so um, teams could or drivers and or teams could be looking to get with their team in a certain duel. I know we have one or two 3-car teams, so that's going to be interesting to see what they do, because either they're going to be all in one duel together, or it's going to be split with 2 and 1. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But that's very important for a lot of our guys to know in Cup. It's very, very important that they understand that that's what's going to happen um, after the clash and the duels and things, because um, that could make or break your start for the 500. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's a super long race because it's Daytona, uh, and it is also unpredictable because it is a super speedway. But it does matter a ton. So just want to get that out there as well. It was the only thing that we missed as well.
So, also the Clash, it is Cup drivers only.
Yes.
So it is full-time Cup drivers, and um, that's because it's kind of like an invitational event. That's your invitation for being in the Cup Series. So the other thing we talked about, and I don't know if we ever actually finished the conversation, are we doing single car qualifying for anything?
We are not.
Okay.
It's probably something that um, honestly we should have got nailed out a couple weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, like a day is 24 hours, and it could be knocked out in like 2 hours. I get it, but just with the way that the game is, it'd be very difficult because I'm not 100% positive if you do a hosted lobby, if people don't get kicked for sitting still,
Mm-hmm.
uh, or if it's like a normal lobby and people don't get kicked. I'm not sure,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's just too difficult to get everybody on for like a Monday night, because of when we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
If we if all the admins really sat down, got it nailed out, like 2 weeks beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
we could have gotten it on like the Wednesday night, like this past Wednesday or something, um, so we can have sort of like a introduction to Speed Weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we are not, just because it's really difficult, um, with the amount of time that we have. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also difficult in game because we have to really. I should have done some research too. I take some blame for that. See what's what, but yeah, we are not. It's just the class to start us off.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, it'll be Cup drivers only for the Clash. Then, the duels, any drivers that know that they want to run the 500 and can get a ride for it, they can be tacked on at the end of the duel. So that'll be real fun, real interesting to see. I'm pretty excited. Duel night, we will be starting at 8 o'clock. Coverage will start at 7:30 for driver interviews. We'll be talking to the big names that moved up to the Cup Series. Any driver that really wants to kind of introduce themselves to the team, someone we can watch out for, this season we are seeing the return of Warpig 114 to D4C. Game Nerd signed with D4C, so those are two big signings for them. Critical Role has made their way to the Cup Series, and I'm sure with the announcement that you can run 2 series, I'm sure we're going to see them back in the Xfinity Series or the Busch Series shortly.
I'll actually share that too, so they can see that.
So that'll be pretty exciting to see. Wreckfest and GTA will be making their return the second week of February. So that'll be fun to see. William Moore is talking about iRacing and getting that up and running in the next month or so. So we will be seeing that. World of Outlaws is kicking off here. What, next week?
I think it's actually tomorrow.
Oh, World of Outlaws starts tomorrow.
This tomorrow, yes.
Well, how about that? So it'll be fun to see World of Outlaws get kicking off. I know everyone's really excited. We're going to start in the 360 sprints.
Yep.
So I don't even know what the schedule looks like for tomorrow, so we'll look at that real quick.
All right.
It's one heck of a schedule, I'll say that.
Oh, World of Outlaws is going to be so much fun. So we're going to Volusia, Woodley, and Norris County for tomorrow.
Couple of difficult tracks there.
Yes. And something else that I've decided that I really think is going to be a lot of fun. The WRL will be putting on our version of King's Royal Week. I'm just now announcing this to everybody. So we will have our version of the King's Royal Week, where we will have the $1 Million Sprint Car Race. Then we will have the night before, and then we will also have the King's Royal itself. So if you want to get in on that, dates have not been decided quite yet. Once we get pushing into the next few weeks, getting NASCAR back up and running, GTA and Wreckfest all figured out. I will announce some more details when I get with Brian Page. So, big news for that. I'm excited. I'm excited for the whole schedule. We have not made the Wreckfest schedule yet, so that is not correct.
Okay.
Quick thing with Wreckfest as well, it will be Class C if anyone is wanting to join. So just heads up on that, Class C for Wreckfest.
Here's your World Outlaws roster too.
Yep. World of Outlaws. Gran Turismo 7 will start up in March. Big things with that coming our way. Can't wait. This week, F1 is at Monza.
Yep.
We'll be hitting up Monza. So, it'll be a big time for that. Personally, that was my first podium in F1, so I love Monza.
Probably another week where me and Kevin will find each other.
That hasn't happened in a while.
Hey, don't jinx it.
So, big stuff with that coming up. It's always exciting. I always love January, February when we're getting ready to kick things off. The biggest change for this year is that we are running one season of NASCAR. We're not pounding 2 in. We're running one, so that way we can hit some other games in September, October, November, December.
And it'll also make it easier for the Hall of Fame stuff.
Yep, it'll make it so much easier for Hall of Fame. This year for Hall of Fame, I'm going to put stuff out in November for people to nominate our awards so it can be a little bit better. Thanks to Maggio. Give you a quick shout out for that. So
Kevin for screaming rigged every 5
yep,
seconds.
Kevin for screaming rigged every 5 seconds. We will. I am gonna start. We are working on the Hall of Records, getting that up for everybody, so you can see how you stack up against the other drivers that have records among the league. I am gonna start keeping track of fastest lap for races, so do keep that in mind for this season. So that will be on Hall of Records as well. Along with most wins in a season, which last year we saw Drake take that over for the Busch Series at 10. So that is a lot for a race winner. Dash, you got anything that we've forgotten about in the past 40 minutes?
Let's see. We got about 4 minutes left. Let's see here. I don't really think we really missed anything off the top of my head. Double. I mean, guys running double series, running 2 series at a time is going to be interesting. It's going to be different to see how those guys perform in widely different vehicles and around different people. The All-Star race, it's to be announced, TBA. So, like you said, Jade, it's like a lot of stuff is to be announced with it. But we have time. We have about 3 months, so nothing too wrong with that.
I'm hoping by Chicagoland to have everything ironed out for how we want to do it.
Yeah.
Just so we know, I would love to have an All-Star Open the night before on Tuesday night to kind of get everything set up and ready to go for that. So
Cool.
I think it'd be pretty sweet, to say the least. Road courses are still going to be full custom setups this year.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a great call that was made 2 seasons ago, and I think it makes road courses drivable.
Shakes things up too.
So. Yeah, mixes it up a little bit.
Let's see.
Other than that, a lot of things are staying the same in the WRL. Don't fix it if it's not broke. So, but like I said, later tonight there will be some ATS, American Truck Simulator, with Keith, Will, and Kevin, and myself. So Kevin can not feel left out. But first, I'm gonna be hitting up Mike's league to run here in about an hour or so. Running a 50% race at Bristol. Last night I I probably should have streamed the race last night. You guys could have seen how bad it was for me. I couldn't I couldn't keep the truck straight off the floor to save my life. I spun out 4 times. So then Kevin and I had an amazing last lap battle. He sent it in on it was coming to the white flag. He sent her in, and then after that he got loose coming off a 2. That allowed me to catch up after I almost spun it again. Allowed me to catch up to him, and he got loose. He saved it, and I sent it in on 3 and washed up to try to keep as much speed as I could. Hi Beanie, hi Buddy. Then here Bean, you want to be on camera for a minute? Come here. Oh, you're okay. Oh, okay.
And gone.
Okay. Ow, that hurt a little bit. Clawed the hell out of me. And we're alright. So he sent her in, and we're going up, and he rises up, and he just nips me a little bit, and it's enough to like where my truck's like unstable because I'm on like 20 some lap old tires, and at 3 times wear, that's gonna wear they're gonna be worn, and I slide and hit the wall. Then he's laughing. Next thing he knows, he spins out and noses into the wall about 10 feet from the start finish line, and I pass him for 4th. Then he loses 5th too. So, it was pretty good. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It's good. It's good to keep the rust off it. Numbers permit or broadcasters permitting, I will be running the truck series. I think because I like racing the trucks. I think they're a lot of fun. But that is again, like I said, it is broadcasters permitting. So first duty is to make sure all the races are broadcasted, so all the drivers get their time in the spotlight. And but with that being said, that's all I got, boys. You guys got anything?
Yeah, just any drivers who have not been on Discord lately, there has been some changes to it. Please make sure you go in, look at it. Everything should be a little bit easier to find. If you have any questions, there is an admin list on there for each series. Just reach out to them. If not, then Jade, myself, just about any admin group will answer what we can.
Should be.
Just last thing for me. Last thing for us for the night. Just tune in tomorrow night. World Outlaws can start back up. That's a brand new series. And it's a pretty decent game. So please do check back in for that tomorrow night at what 8:30 Eastern.
8.
8 Eastern. So 7 Central. I believe it's 7 or 6 or 5 or whatever on the West Coast.
7 Central, 5 Pacific.
But yeah, go ahead and check back in for that. And I'll see you guys out on the track on Tuesday for sure.
Absolutely, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time being back in the car.
Gar, I would love to say yes.
Gar, listen, if you can drive to Pennsylvania, all right. If you can drive to Pennsylvania, I'll consider it. I'm not saying yes. I'm not. Because I'd like to have a job the next day. So, I'm not saying yes.
Hey, Jade, watch this. Hey, Gar, just the fact that you even tried getting to Pennsylvania is more than what Keith would be doing.
Oh, goodness. Well, rip Keith. Great way to start the season off, bagging on one of the drivers. Just gotta love it. WRL, nothing's sacred, friends. Nothing is sacred. So, with that being said, stay tuned for some ATS tonight. I got might stream the Busch or the Xfinity race for Pass, that league put on by Mike Senior and Mike Bankowitz. Might stream that, let everyone see what's going on that side of the WRL, because that is a lot of their stuff is a lot of their drivers are WRL drivers, just getting some seat time, getting some practice before their series kicks off. So, with that being said, that's all I got, boys.
Yep.
So, with that being said, Grant, you want to take it away for the first time this year?
Yeah, let's do it. With that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in to the Revved Up podcast, starring Jade, Dash for Cash, and myself. We will see you out on the track soon. Again, World of Outlaws tomorrow. Keep your racing worldwide, everybody.
Next week, the podcast will go back to what it actually is, friends, where we interview drivers and stuff. So, with that being said, we'll see y'all Tuesday night for the Clash at Daytona. Check that, Clash at Richmond. Sorry,
Yes.
got excited, friends. Got excited. So,
Jade.
we're not even started yet, and I'm already making mistakes. All right, just take me out back and leave me there. I don't know. All right, boys and girls, and fans of all ages. We'll see y'all later.
See you later, guys.
Bye, everybody.